These are the AKG812, a pair of dynamic driver headphones. They're not new. I bought them about 3 years ago. This year is 2024, so that's 2021. And when I say they're not new, not only did I buy them second-hand, but as a pair of headphones, they entered the audio market in 2014. So around 10 years they've been on the market. To give that a context, the HD800 from Sennheiser, a legendary headphone that made a big impact on headphones and the headphone business, they were launched in 2009, and their younger siblings, the HD800S, they came around a year after the AKG812, and all these headphones were targeting largely the professional recording business, so sound engineers, etc., were the target group, but the audiophile market, people who love listening to music with headphones and other equipment, are quite happy to get involved in good quality, high quality headphones. So in actual fact, that's what I'm talking about, the use of these headphones as a consumer of music rather than simply a producer of music. So why did I buy these headphones? I bought them because someone on a Facebook group called the Headphone Group had spoken very highly of them. They were actually his favourite headphones. I think about 3 years ago there was some discussion around the Sennheiser HD650 and the 600, and there were criticisms of the 650 for the overwarmth, the darkness, etc., that was attached to them. And someone mentioned the AKG712 as a reasonable alternative to the HD650, and I've had the HD650 for about 10 years, and I love them. I loved them when I got them, and I've continued to love them over the last 10 years, and they've grown with me. And I was also I also got the HD600 more or less at the same time, so I had the dynamic duo of those two, and I have never really felt the need to embrace the HD800 or the HD800S. I became aware of those headphones a couple of years back, and the thing is that I was completely satisfied with the 600 and 650, and then someone came up and said, well, get rid of your inferior, really outdated 600 and 650, and I took umbrage at that comment, and I think I got stubborn. I thought, well, no, I'm not going to, I don't need the HD800. Nonetheless, to come to the point about the AKG812, I heard this praise from someone who I liked their opinion and liked the way they talked about music specifically, and went on a hunt and got them on eBay for €440. I was happy with that price. I'm not in the habit of spending huge amounts, thousands, on headphones and several headphones, but over the years I've been, let's say, more willing to let go of money for equipment, more so than years ago. So I got these, and what were my expectations? I didn't have any expectations. I thought that they could be interesting and could be good, the way that the impressions I gathered from reading reviews. Soundstage, very good. Detail retrieval, very good. Lots of air, lots of blah, blah, blah. Okay, I've got to cut this bit out. So the reviews that I read and the user comments that I read were all very good. Going on hi-fi.org and seeing the thread on the AKG812 was interesting, and you got excited in advance that, oh, maybe I've scored a good headphone experience this time. And I put them on with some trepidation, because when they arrived without the original packing, which is no problem. It's just that they arrived not so well packed and in a fabric Sony carrying bag. So I was a little bit nervous about that, but I put them on and I was devastated. Devastated because what do I recall from that experience? There was such an ethereal quality to the experience. So much, not only detail retrieval, so much shiny, sparkly treble. I was really in the upper end. I was taking places that were impressive and different to the experiences that I'd had up to this point. I could relate it to the HD600, which is also extremely good in the top end and a fantastic extension. The thing is, with these AKG812, they had all of that. They also have, like the 600, a wonderful, full, multi-layered and faceted mid-range, and I actually, surprise, surprise, felt that the lower end, the bass, was more than adequate. That's actually an understatement. It was great. So I listened to subsequently a range of music, and I won't give genres because it's pointless, but I tend to have playlists, like many people, which try to explore a real range, not only of music, but emphasis upon certain frequencies and qualities of music that we're looking for, and to also test our equipment with. And the bass was spot on, really good quality, quantity completely more than adequate. So the thing that really got me about these 812s was the cohesiveness. Yes, they were very ethereal, and yes, you would say neutral to bright, but there was nothing lacking in the crucial area of mids and bass. And I'm going to leave out sub-bass. They're not bass headphones, and leaving aside possibilities of EQing, they're not bass headphones. They are incredibly resolving, soundstage-wise, really excellent. In the meantime, I have a pair of HD800S, and yes, they do have quite extraordinary performance with soundstage, but so do my HE1000 version 2. They deliver also a magnificent soundstage, vast, deep, high, wide, etc. These AKG812 do too. They're a wonderful soundstage, and what I really love about them is their versatility with things like intimacy. So yes, if I have a piece which really enjoys an expansive, wide soundstage, they deliver the goods. When I want to listen to, or I happen to be listening to something, could be a jazz quartet, the classic jazz trio, with your double bass and your piano, and you're sitting on the keyboard sometimes, and another time you're riding on the brushes, on the cymbals, and actually in the middle of that shimmer, sparkly feeling. These get me there also in that regard. So they're very versatile in terms of voice, wonderful with vocals. So the idea of this overly recessed mids or vocals or too forward, no, not a problem there. In actual fact, I favour their intensity, or the ability to be intense, over and above the HD800S. And I've grown over the last year and a half to make really good friends with the HD800S, and I got them and was not wowed, but not underwhelmed. It wasn't that. It was that I'd spent a lot of time with the 600 and 600 and was totally happy. I in the meantime, regard the 800S as absolutely a wonderful evolution from the DNA of those other two Sennheisers. And there's lots of things that I could say positively about the 800S, and I haven't got anything negative to say about that pair of headphones. But the thing is with the 812 AKG, they were the ones I got first 3 years ago. They're the ones that I've had for 3 years, and increasingly enjoy them because it doesn't stop, it's not static, and then you have the options of bringing in other ingredients. So in the last period of time, year, I've spent a lot of time with them being driven by the Felix Echo. Also on the Felix Euphoria, but that's in another place. But the Felix Echo, particularly now, I have some wonderful mini Watt Dario driver tubes in there, some NOS, which bring a wonderful warmth and holography. There's enough three-dimensionality in these headphones anyway. This matches that and takes it even further. And there is the warmth that also flows in nicely to these headphones, which are neutral, ostensibly. And so these headphones have also grown with me. They're not a static thing, but few headphones that I've experienced are static when you bring in synergies and different DACs and different headphone amps. And I won't mention cables because that's a hot potato, but I just did. Anyway, AKG812, I love them. I was lucky with the 440. I think the retail price is like €1,200. I live in Germany. You can get them on the second-hand market for anything between what I got. I was lucky with 440 up to 800. I would regard any of those prices as a real good buy. And if you have the money and you like guarantees and to be the first owner, I think 1,200 is a completely reasonable price given the context of the headphone market to pay for these. Absolutely brilliantly built. I love the flexibility of the ear cups. They wiggle and wobble around, and solidly so. And the ear cushions, and they have a particular name, I can't even read it, I've not got my glasses on, but they create a really good seal. And I think that also contributes to the bass quality and the cohesiveness of the whole tonality. And I have got no criticisms of them. They are really brilliant dynamic driver headphones. Highly recommended. Thank you.